Good morning. I'm Greg Longini, Secretary of the Board of the Chicago Transit Authority. On February 11th, 2022, the Office of the Board issued a notice of change format of special transit board meeting scheduled for February 18th, 2022 due to COVID-19 pandemic. There is currently in effect a statewide disaster declaration as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has been renewed from month to month since the start of the pandemic, pursuant to Section 7E of the Open Meetings Act. The head of the Chicago Transit Authority has determined that it is not practical or prudent to conduct an in-person meeting in light of the ongoing disaster. This means that as permitted by this section of the Open Meetings Act, there will not be any in-person public meetings. The Chicago Transit Authority public meeting on February 18th, 2022 will take place only virtually. So Chairman Barkley.
Good afternoon. I would like to call to order the special meeting of the Chicago Transit Board for February 18th, 2022. Would the secretary call the roll, please?
Yes, Director Ortiz.
Here.
Director Miller.
Here.
Director Silva.
Here.
Director Irvine.
Here.
Director Jakes.
Here.
Chairman Barkley.
Here.
We have a quorum with six members present, sir.
Our first order of business is public comments. Greg?
So there are no public comments today.
Our next order of business is executive session. Will there be an executive session today, Brad?
Yes, Chairman, there will be an executive session pursuant to Section 2, Paragraph C, Subparagraph 2 of the Open Meetings Act.
Thank you, Brad. May I now have a motion to recess into executive session for the reasons so stated by council?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Irvine, second by Miller. I'll take the vote. Director Ortiz.
Yes.
Director Miller.
Yes.
Director Silva.
Yes.
Director Irvine.
Yes.
Director Jakes.
Yes.
Chairman Barkley.
Yes.
That motion is approved with 6 yes votes. The motion's been approved.
We're now recessed for executive session and will return shortly.
Recording in progress.
All right, the executive session has ended. Chairman Barkley, we may now begin the open session with the motion.
I would like to now make a motion to entertain a motion to return to open session. I have the motion.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Directors Irvine and seconded by Director Miller. I'll take a roll call vote on that motion. Director Ortiz,
Yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Silva,
Yes.
Director Irvine,
Yes.
Director Jakes,
Yes.
Chairman Barkley.
Yes.
Motion is approved with 6 yes votes, and we're back in open session.
Thanks, Greg. I would now like to address the executive session item. Grant.
Chairman, while in executive session, the board discussed a recommendation that it authorize the execution of a collective bargaining agreement, which contains the terms of a tentative agreement that the Chicago Transit Authority has reached with locals 241 and 308 of the Amalgamated Transit Union. The terms of the agreement run from January 1 of 2020 through December 31 of 2023. It includes a one-time payment based on actual hours worked in 2020, along with incremental wage increases, all of those for current employees represented by the locals. We recommend that the board authorize execution of the collective bargaining agreement, a collective bargaining agreement that contains the terms of the tentative agreement that was reached between the CTA and the locals 241 and 308 of the Amalgamated Transit Union.
Thank you, Brad. Before we vote on this item, President Carter, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Chairman. Yes, I'd like to take a moment to provide a little bit more background about this proposed contract with the ATU locals 241 and 308, which represent, as you know, more than 80% of CTA's workforce. First and foremost, this agreement recognizes our employees who are truly the unsung heroes of the pandemic and remain a driving force behind Chicago's road to recovery. Despite the uncertainties of the ongoing global pandemic, the dedication and tireless efforts of our employees have allowed CTA to continue running 24/7. Thanks to their efforts, CTA is also one of the only transit agencies in the nation to not cut scheduled service. This in turn has helped ensure Chicago's essential workers and those with no other means of transportation get to work, the grocery store, medical appointments, and more safely and affordably. The ATU represents the bulk of the CTA workforce, many of whom are frontline workers, including bus and rail operators, rail station customer service assistants, bus and rail janitors. Also represented are those working behind the scenes, including track and switch workers, vehicle servicers, clerks, and instructors. Under this proposal, 4-year agreement, which covers fiscal years 2020 through 2023, all ATU members will receive a 9.5% wage increase. That number is in line with large peer transit agencies across the country. Further, also included in this agreement is a one-time 5% payment for hours worked in 2020. For the agency, this agreement is not only fiscally prudent, it offers improved oversight and flexibility over scheduling and hiring. For example, to ensure service levels are maintained, CTA will have the ability on an as-needed basis to hire weekend part-time operators. Further, we will also have the ability to hire for full-time bus operators from the marketplace versus solely from CTA's pool of part-time operators. Both provisions will help the CTA better address industry-wide challenges in recruiting new workers and help position the CTA as an employee of choice. CTA also sought and received the requirement for a new triennial fitness for duty exam for designated employees. This puts us in line with industry best practices and will help ensure we have the best prepared workforce for our employees and our customers. Another win for both sides are improvements towards employees' health and wellness. All employees will be eligible for a reduction in health insurance premiums through active participation in CTA's wellness program and will now receive expanded vision care coverage that includes dependents. In summary, this is a contract that is good for employees, good for the CTA, and good for our customers. And I'd like to take a moment to express my appreciation to Keith Hill and Eric Dixon, the leaders of Local 241 and 308, for working with CTA management to get to this fair and equitable agreement for both sides. I also want to take a moment to thank the leadership team here at CTA for their hard work in negotiating this agreement on our behalf. That team was led by Brad Jansen, Don Bonds, Tom McComb, Jeremy Fine, and Veronica Alanis. And while they were the leaders, there were many others who were supporting them throughout this effort, who I also am deeply indebted to for their hard work. Mr. Chairman, I'm happy to recommend this agreement for the board's consideration. I look forward to working with the unions going forward to implement this agreement and ensure that we continue to provide quality benefits and salaries for our employees as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you, President Carter. I want to offer on behalf of the entire board, our congratulations to President Carter and the team for reaching this tentative agreement with the ATU locals. The bargaining process is complex under normal circumstances. The added challenge of conducting this process while addressing the real-time concerns and needs of our employees and our riders during the pandemic, as your team and the ATU leadership have done this past year, is no small feat. On behalf of the board, I'd like to commend all of the parties for their cooperation and efforts throughout this process during such a challenging time. To show the board's support of the parties' effort in reaching this agreement, I convened this special meeting for the board to promptly consider the agreement and take the action required of us in this process. So I'd like to thank the board members for making yourselves available for this special meeting to consider this agreement, and thank President Carter and his team for preparing to be present here today and give us the background information we need in order to vote. I understand that following the board action on this item to be approved, there are additional administrative steps that will take place over the next several weeks. The President Carter's team has already communicated with the locals and will further communicate to the employees represented by locals 241 and 308. I'd like to thank you very much for all the hard work that you guys have expended to get us to this point of considering ratification and voting to approve this contract. Now, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve board agenda item number 3A, ordinance authorizing execution of a collective bargaining agreement containing the terms of a tentative agreement with the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 241 and 308. And now I have a motion to approve the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Director Irvine, second by Director Miller. I'll take that vote. Director Ortiz,
yes,
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Silva,
Yes.
Director Irvine,
Yes.
Director Jakes,
Yes.
Chairman Barkley.
Yes.
That motion to approve the ordinance passes with 6 yes votes, sir.
Our next order of business is board matters. Are there any other board matters, Greg?
No, sir, there's not.
Our next order of business is new business. Is there any new business?
No, sir, there's not.
Since there's no further business to come before the board, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Director Irvine, second by Director Miller. Take the vote. Director Ortiz,
yes.
Director Miller,
Yes.
Director Silva,
Yes.
Director Irvine,
Yes.
Director Jakes,
Yes.
Chairman Barkley.
Yes.
That motion is approved, sir, with 6 yes votes. We are adjourned.
Thank you. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
All right. Have a good weekend,
Recording
everyone.
stopped.